Welcome back to another video. Excuse the throat, it's been like this for about 3 weeks, but I thought I'd do a super quick video on my Mazda MX5 and the way that you can carry a mountain bike on it. Now I'm around the back of the farm, up on where the jumps are, where the boys were jumping over my Honda Acti the other day, which I thought was a fairly fitting place to show you my mountain bike carrying modification bodge device. This is actually the Mark II version. I'll talk you through what happened from the Mark 1 to the Mark 2 as we go along, but basically it's a fairly simple modification as long as you don't mind drilling a couple of holes in your car. There is a bit of a science to it. There are a couple of downsides which I'll go into in a minute. Also, I've never seen anyone do it like this. I've seen a couple of people use the bracket on a roll bar or a roll cage, but I haven't got a roll bar or a roll cage, even though I do take it on track, so I probably should. But let's have a look, I'll show you what I've done. So this is as it stands. Basically, you take the front wheel off, put the front axle through this bracket here, that I'll show you where I got that from in a minute and how I fitted it. And then there's a suction thing that goes on the back. It's pretty heavy duty, you literally just keep pumping that till that sticks to there, and then put that round, and it's pretty sturdy. Now, it wasn't as sturdy as this before. This is actually the Mark II version. I'll tell you what's happened. So with the help of some cutaways, I'll show you what I did. To start with, obviously you've got to drop the roof down, and then there's a couple of bolts to take this bit off here. So there's 2 bolts that side, 2 bolts this side. Move your passenger seat forward, and then this has actually got some speakers in it, so I literally just rotated it around and moved it over to one side with the cable still attached. Then there's a load of poppers along here for the carpet, which you pop all the poppers out, and then you can lift the carpet up. Now basically there's a bit of metal here and the same bit of metal the other side with nothing underneath. There's like a bit of a void in the boot. Now you can't fit one in the middle because 2 reasons. One, the roof arcs around ever so slightly, so it's like tighter here than it is here. Also, in the middle is a fuel tank, and you definitely don't want to be drilling into the fuel tank. Now what I did is I lifted up the carpet, put the plate roughly where I wanted it, kind of visualised it, put it down, put the bracket on the top, and then drilled through with a drill so it came out underneath. Then used some big heavy washers, bolted it all down. Now it's a bit of a faff because you've got to put the bolts through the top, ideally get someone to hold them, because once you pop the boot, you've then got to try and get in the void underneath to put the nuts on. Now there's like a breather pipe for the fuel pipe. I just pulled that off, so that makes it a lot easier to get in. And then you can get your hand right up underneath with a spanner on the other end, get someone to do it up from the top, put some big heavy washers on, otherwise it might pull out because it's only a thinnish bit of metal. Bolted it all down, and then when I bolted it down, I literally went for a 2-second drive, and the whole bike was wobbling about all over the place because the bit of metal that's here is not very thick. It's effectively like to hold the carpet up. It's not very structural. So then what I did, the Mark II version, took all that out again, found like 2 bits of like metal plate that we've got on the farm, cut a template out of cardboard, transferred the template to the bit of metal, and another spreader plate for underneath. So my intention was to sandwich the whole thing together. Then, because it was a bit of a faff to get the nuts on underneath, I actually tack welded the nuts. I think you then call them captive nuts because they're actually attached to the bit of metal. So then all you've got to do is try and hold the bit of metal in the right place while someone bolts it down from the top. And then you've got 1 bit of metal underneath, then the bit of MX5, then another spreader bit of metal, and then actually I'll put the carpet down so you couldn't see it, and then put the bracket bit on the top. So underneath the carpet there's a spreader bit of metal. Then bolted it all down, made it all nice and tight, and then it's not going anywhere. There's a tiny little bit of play there, and I think that's literally just from where you put the front axle bolt through there. Let me come around the other side. Yeah, you literally just put the axle bolt through there and then just do that up tight. Now there's a couple of little issues. Obviously, when you're trying to do it up, it kind of hits the thing there, and you can still use the quick releasey clamp thing, make that really tight as possible, and then that's not going anywhere. My boy's bike won't actually fit in here because he's got some like extra bits that come down below the forks. I don't know why these bits are coming out. I don't think they should be. Is that broken? I don't know. He's got some like bits that come down a bit further, and they actually hit the roof before the front axle lines up with that, so his bike won't fit. So obviously line it up and see what your forks are like if you're going to try and do this. But for this one, fits perfectly, and the brake caliper, the other side, is a little bit tight to the roof, but it's only going to touch the material. And then you've got to have somewhere to put your wheel. I literally bungeed this to my frame. Oh, my dad's going to come past with a mower. Hello, Dad. He's off to mow the top playing field in the village. He's well handy. Yeah, I literally just bungeed this to the frame. If you're super precious about your wheels or your frame, maybe find a better way than just using some bungees. Also, be careful that your pedals don't turn and damage your wonder what that was from in there. Damage your boot lid. You can put like a bit of rag or something down. The most important thing is make sure your pedals are level when you try and pick the bike up, because if one of your pedals is sitting down, the pedal will hit that before the wheel hits that, because obviously your front wheel's off, so the whole thing's tilted forward. Now the two main downsides is when this is fitted, you can't put your roof up. That's fairly obvious. So if it looks like it's about to rain, either choose another mode of transport or you're going to get wet. Also, if you are going to go out and it is going to rain, when you get back, if your mountain bike is filthy dirty, all the mud that's potentially all over this and all over your front wheel is going to go all over your roof. Obviously it doesn't really matter about the back of the car because you can jet wash that off, but if you're going to fit that on the front, it's going to make a right old mess. But other than that, for the sake of I think 15 quid for the bracket, I'll put a link in the description for these two, and the suction thing that goes on the back, especially for back wheel, I think that was like 20-25 quid. So for like 40 quid, instead of ratchet strapping it to the boot, which is what I was doing, which doesn't look very good at all and could potentially get pulled over for an insecure load, even though it has got ratchet straps all over it, it's not going anywhere. This is actually bolted down using the front axle, and you could probably get away with not having the back wheel suction there, but if you're going around a corner and hit a bump, that's going to slide over. So now I've just said you could get away with it, you can't get away with it. I've changed my mind on that already. So one of them, 40 quid, drill a couple of holes. Obviously you've got to do a bit of craftsmanship with the spreader plates because it's not very strong under there, or use a bit of bar or something like that to go across it, and then it's pretty structural. So there you go. I hope somebody found that interesting or a bit stupid, or if there's a better way of doing it, let us know in the comments below. If you like that video, as always, like, subscribe, share, check out my other videos because they're a bit more sensible than this, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh, what's the matter, Bubbles? Are you a hot dog? Are you a hot dog? Don't know what that's going to sound like. Don't think you'll get as much wind noise. 1 2 1 2, welcome back. But I've got a terrible voice, I'm not even sure if you're going to hear it. And I'm literally right on some birds that are tweeting in a tree, but we're in the countryside, can't really complain.